Hey everyone, welcome back to Descenders. I'm Ascetic, with me again is Ramirez.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And so, we have shown off career mode. We've shown off career plus mode. We have gotten into the Volcano. We've done a fire node run into the Volcano. And so the last thing to show off, really, for single player is the bonus levels. And how to get there, how to unlock them. And the way I'm going to show this is I am going to start at each environment and get to the bonus level so you can see the bonus objectives that you'll need to complete. Because the way to unlock a bonus level for riding and free ride is, I believe, and Ramirez, correct me if I'm wrong, you need to find the bonus level in a map and complete the optional objective in it and go to the finish line in it.
That is correct.
So, for example, in the Highlands, you will find the construction site. And again, the bonus levels are always marked by a star icon. Much like Helmet Cam is marked by a camera, or the Fire Node is marked by a fire icon, the bonus level in an environment is always a star. And the bonus level will always, or at least usually, be found in the top corner, sort of, or the bottom corner of the isometric areas.
And it's also important to note too that all the bonus objectives are kind of, they're obviously optional because you can just go right to the finish line on these too, but it's always something different than just riding downhill. Like this one's kind of a trials-like map where you got to get to the top of the pipes on the, or the scaffolding on this one.
Right. I won't try to walk through every single moment, like do this, then do this, then do this. But the hardest part of construction site is basically the very start. Once you start on the path and you get on the first concrete thing and jump to the next thing, then to make that next jump, you need to wind up, but then also pull back on the left thumbstick, jump forward and push forward on the left thumbstick as well.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky, but once you actually get the first part of this down, it's pretty much a free life if you manage to get here, because it's really easy after that, besides maybe a few bunny hops.
Then the rest, I'd say, go first person. First person will help you line up with the thin beams, and any moments where you need to balance. And aside from reaching the top, there's a few extra areas you could scale, some ramps and such, but I don't know. I don't really just load up the construction site and play around with it.
Yeah, we had a little time when we did it, but
it's still nice to have, and there is an achievement for unlocking all 5 areas. And so the next bonus level that you will find in the forest is the Mega Ramp.
Probably my favorite bonus level in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah. So it's a giant ramp with kind of like a Mirror's Edge style, white and then bold colors, with the objective of scoring 5,000 points. And that's basically 5,000 points in one combo, because once you're down here, having gone through the ramps, what are you gonna do? Very slowly do wheelies and 180s?
Yeah, you gotta go as big as you can on the Mega Ramp. You just can't go up and be like, oh, I'm just gonna do a 180 or something on this.
Yeah, so riding forward and just doing some flips and whatever, that wasn't anywhere near good enough. This was actually tough for me to unlock my first time.
Yeah, it's a pretty tricky one. The way I've seen most people do it is actually by riding down the ramp fakie instead, so you get the 3 times combo really quickly.
So I'm going to show 2 ways that I kind of know to do it. And so the first is to do some additional flips at the start to get a 2 times combo. Then you'll need to do a double flip spin on the big ramp, and then you'll still need to do a flip spin trick, and that'll get you 5,000 basically. But as Ramirez said, if you really want to maximize your points, you're going to want to go at it fakie. And now note that I do not have the increase fakie balance perk. That perk makes this a lot easier.
Oh yeah, if you're trying for the Mega Ramp one, I would highly recommend, if you see that one, take it as soon as possible, because it's a lot easier to do it fakie, in my opinion, than busting tricks on the ramp.
Right. But I didn't want to come in with that and unfairly be look at this, it's really easy, kind of thing. So, again, what I also showed off is, at the start, you know, jump to a 180 turnaround, but give yourself time to line yourself up. Like, you're just setting yourself up for failure if you ride forward and wait till you're, like, going down the ramp to do a 180 and try and line up. Like,
yeah, it's still really tough to ride fakie in this game, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah. But you'll make it through, and then next up in the canyon, you will find the ranch. And this is a really cool environment and a really cool idea, but this will show off perfectly that Descenders is not built like a standard extreme sports game.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned from this place, it's that Descenders is not vert. You can't do vert in Descenders. It's really hard.
Yeah, again, there's that whole literally pushing away from the ramp thing when jumping. That means if you try and do a normal jump, you know, basically you might be setting yourself up to fail. But I mean, I've seen some really sick tricks done with this area if you watch any of High Voltage's montages, or at least the ones that I know have tricks in here. Do you know about High Voltage, Ramirez?
I have not actually seen any of his videos.
Oh my god, they're insane. They're beautiful.
Are you going for a big trick on this one?
I'm showing off, you know, the area that you can get up to, and yeah, big tricks. So the cool thing about the ranch, I mean, aside from it being a, you know, vert park in game, is that there are multiple objectives you have to complete to do the bonus objective. So you will have to do 3 tricks: Superman backflip, 540 no-hander, 180 can, and this right here is, if nothing else is working, that's the way to do it. Ride up to kind of that sideways dome, get speed, come around, and then you can do a jump that'll...
It is important to note too on the ranch, there is like a dirt mound section on the left side of the place that you can actually do that has like a bunch of like jumps with no vert to it. So if you have trouble doing that, you can try doing like some of the tricks off that.
I could do like the Superman backflip. I could not get like the 180 can or a 540 off of those. But, well, alright, so the fourth environment is the moon. You will find this on the peaks, and yes, it has low gravity, which is awesome. And then you need to find the letters for Descenders, kind of like in Tony Hawk style, where you have to find skate.
Only Descenders is a lot longer than skate.
Yeah. And so, in the interest of time, I'm just kind of going to be going for these, like, without riding around and being like, woo, this is awesome, I can do a double backflip off of just jumping. But yeah, like, the moon is super fun.
Yeah, it's a fun one to play around in, too, because it's the only place that has low gravity in it outside of, like, some modded maps.
Right. But I guess I just do want to mention that collecting these letters can be fairly hard if you don't know exactly what to do, if you don't know the best way. I mean, I think when I unlocked the moon, I lost 5 lives doing it when I actually unlocked it.
I believe it.
Yeah. So it's not like something you could just kind of roll in on your first try.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of trial and error to find it. Like, some of them are pretty easy to actually get to, but some of them are just, like, really, really difficult. Like, I think the hardest one is the one that's on top of the Moonlander.
Yeah, like, and I used... these are part of a combination of my strats and Ramirez's strats. Like, for example, to get at the one on the Moonlander, I was trying to jump off of just the moon itself, like a raw clip, and Ramirez showed me that, hey, if you ride up to the ramp, sort of, and then do another one of those where you lean back on the left stick when you jump, that'll get you a higher pop-off and make it more likely to get it.
Yeah, the bonus game, or the bonus maps on this, really you're just, like, testing your skills and handling your bike. Because if you can't handle your bike really well in this game, you're going to struggle quite a bit trying to complete the bonus objectives in these maps.
Yeah. And what I'm also showing along the way is gratuitous use of resetting myself. I mean, if you know you're gonna crash, you're going slow enough on the moon to where you could basically respawn at any point. I don't think you're ever going too fast to respawn.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to get to a speed where you really can't respawn, especially if you're jumping, because your speed drops like crazy when you're in the air.
Yeah. So if you're missing a letter, like I was for the longest time, it is probably this one. It is in the satellite dish that's facing away from the main area. So yeah, Insetic quick tips. yeah. I mean, I again, just in the interest of time, you know, I my first pass at this, the video was like 22 minutes, and I'm like, okay, no, I'm gonna re-record everything, but just like actually going for it and getting it without dicking around too much.
Yeah, this one could take a long time if you're going for the actual objective on this one, just because it takes so long to get all those letters.
Yeah, and assume that jump will crash you, because I got lucky that it didn't. That one crashes me quite a bit. But yeah, double front flipping just off the ground, backflip 720 and just off the ground, and then just ride over here. So,
now, go ahead.
So to do those, I didn't even have to like start at Highlands and make my way through to each one every time. No, I, saved and quit, and I had all the shortcuts, so I could just start at the moon, start at the peaks and go there. But for this last environment, the kids' room, this is in the volcano, and so you will need to do a fire node run from Highlands into the volcano to be able to get to the kids' room and then do its objective and unlock it.
Yeah, and I could see you also brought your lives on this one too, with 24 of them.
Dude, this was the smoothest sailing I've ever done. Like I just loaded it up, Highlands, wanted to get to Volcano. Where I could do optional objectives, I did them, and I basically didn't do anything aside from optional objectives, so yeah, I had like 24.
Yeah, I can understand.
What I'm showing there is that you may want to get on some of the other tracks that send you down to the floor, but for the longest time I was like starting and then trying to jump to the other track as I was going downhill, and it kept crashing me. So like, just to be safe, just turn and get on the other track at the start.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't really fall through that gap as long as you drive over it at a reasonable speed.
Right. So, yeah, here I am showing off basically how to get the characters. Like, the second one there, you actually don't want to jump. Once again, it's a 90-degree ramp. It'll mess you up. But, I'm going to tell you something called moon jumping. And, yes, that did just happen. Alright, there's a glitch kind of called moon jumping. Not really a glitch, but more an exploit of the game physics. Where, just like I said, where you jump, you just push yourself away from the ramp. So instead of waiting until the top of a lip to jump, and yes, that did just happen. I don't know what was going on in this recording. When you're going at a really fast speed towards these basically 90-degree ramps, wind up and then jump basically after your back wheel has gotten on the surface. And so that way, if you think about it, you're kind of like jumping into the ramp and giving yourself more speed to boost your way up. And that is the best way of getting those three guys those three action figures that need you to go up the ramp, especially the one where you're gonna go up over the beam and land on the other side. Weird front flip upon landing not included.
It was pretty cool front flip though.
Yeah, that's kind of my guide. You can play around with it, or you might not want to play around with it if you finally get here and just want to unlock the damn thing. But you could see that in a lot of other stunt jumps as well, like tabletop in the canyon. If you just ride up it, yeah, you'll get on top of the tabletop. If you do a moon jump kind of thing, you'll go soaring up over the thing.
I will mention too that you actually can use the moon jumping if you don't have enough speed to get over certain things too. So if you're like coming at it pretty slow, you can use a moon jump to try to get yourself that extra height to get you across something.
Yeah. Again, that wasn't a tip for playing the base game and just trying to survive, because it's like, why add that additional complexity thing? But that makes the kids' room so much easier that I felt the need to point it out. It's way easier that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the 5 bonus environments. When you get to them, complete their bonus objective, and then get to the finish line. Then you can load them up and just play them whenever you want from the main menu, build your crew, do your 6 stunt montages. I've done like a fakey 1260 off the mega ramp.
Go for the quad backflips, yeah.
That's like my signature trick, yeah. Go all like toasty ghost on them and just see what you can do. But yeah, that's basically all the single player stuff in Descenders. The Career Plus, Volcano, bonus environments. Pretty much all that's left to show off is multiplayer and the modded levels that have been introduced in the last couple months. So maybe, hopefully soon. I know the holidays are coming up, but maybe I'll try and arrange a group or stream or something to show off that last part. So yeah, thank you for watching.